Draw. Draw. Draw and counter. Draw and counter. Draw and counter. Tappers are good. Look for artifacts is good. Exile, yes. Teferi, yes. Draw. Counter. Okay, so that's the everything else cool stuff. Helps my historic count and whatnot. So that's already 4, 8, 12. We're done. So none of these added effects are going in, even if there are sagas or they do really cool stuff. There's only 12 slots. And so, yeah, there's only 12 slots. Beautiful stuff, but in this particular deck, not beautiful in the count. And I do have creatures. So what's my historic count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 because it's a legendary. So I only have 10 of 36. So even though it's a historic deck, a lot of the things that are for historic clauses are going to work only about half the time. So, no, even less than half the time. 10 over 36, whatever that is, which is 5 over 18. Yeah. Anyways, like 1/3 of the time. All right. And I think, I mean, there's a lot that I got rid of that was good. But I think this is just a cool deck. I could have put in more enchantments, but I also want the deck to function. And so look at that. I don't think I have a single saga. Do I have any sagas? I may have to get rid of a creature here and there and put in a saga. But I'm not feeling it. Yeah, that's not much to discard. But let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of the big. Let's go down to 22 creatures. 21 creatures. Let's put in 3 sagas. Okay, so let's pick sagas. Yeah, let's put in 3 sagas. I'm not feeling a heavy creature deck. The creatures suck anyways. And white, blue, most of them, at least some of the ones that we have in the selection. So I'm gonna pick 3 out of here. I'm already in the second video. It doesn't really matter. These are gonna get uploaded, and so I'm just gonna take my time. All right. So return something, look at something, tap something, put a counter on target creature. I mean, we still have. Okay, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We still have 21 creatures. And this can only increase our historic count. So let's 21 creatures, and we did keep all 12 of our non-creature spells. So 21, and then 4, 8, 12. Now, yes, these are, if you control a wizard, you get something. Let's just look at wizards. So we're at 33. You only need 3 cards. So one of these is not going to make it. So let's really pick the weakest one of these 3 for this deck. All right, so let's do another historic count before we do that. So 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 and 9. Because we took 1 out. We actually did take 1 historic card out, but we're putting 3 back in. So we're going to be up to 12, which is a full 1/3 instead of a little less than a third. How many wizards do we have? That's where I was going. 1, 2, 3. We only have 3 wizards for our counter spells, but they're there. They're there, and I'm not gonna go wizard crazy and mess up with the creatures because I already picked things that I know are good. So I think what I'm gonna do is pick what is the worst one for this deck. Now I still have 21 creatures, so that's gonna help me. and it's going to get something flying, first strike, and lifelink. That ain't bad, and it's a 1-drop. It's a 2-drop. Return an instant. Return target sorcery. Whenever you cast, copy it. It's a copy spell. Slow on my ranking right now. Top 5 cards. Reveal an artifact. I mean, we have artifacts. Top 5 cards. We do have artifacts, but it's also low. Tap. Return all tap creatures to their owner's hands. That's very white-blue. Okay, so these two. This is more like a white-red card, but I think it's cool. So I think I'm down to selecting between these two, picking which one is the best one for this deck, and then going through the cards, taking my time. I already forgot that I went over my 15 minutes, so I'm like 7 minutes into the next video. This is part 2. Instants and sorceries. Artifacts. Okay, let's do a count. Let's do a count. So 1, 4, 5, 6. So we only have 6 artifacts. Okay, but when it comes to instants and sorceries, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, sorceries and instants win. So I think of these two, Mirari wins because I have more instants and sorceries than I have artifacts. And I can just pick it. I don't have to look at the top 5 and get unlucky and there's no artifacts. Yeah. So I think this is the deck, friends. I'll hit the tripod and do a count. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36 it is. Yeah. And so let's look at it. Oh, how much flying do we have? Let's do a flyers count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 out of 21. That is really good. Okay, that is really good. Yeah. I mean, again, we got rid of things that are really good, but we kept things that are even better for this deck. I mean, this would have been nice, but instead of getting rid of something by a -5, -5, I'll just counterspell it. And returning is good if I was on mono blue. I mean, these cards are great, but there's only so many slots in a deck, and so you have to be. And also, I also want to represent some cards from the deck. I mean, this is a great card to take out, you know. And I think this is something that I really like about Dominaria and all large sets since then. You have a lot of choices, and so you can do one-offs for featuring the set. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the cards and call it a day for this. Target enchantment. I do have enchantments. I do have instants and sorceries. That's good. Historic. I'm okay on historic. It's not, it's not all historic, but it's a good 1/3. Untap target artifact. I do have artifact creatures. It won't hurt to effectively give them vigilance. Flyer. That gives something else. Flying. Another flyer. Yeah, for a casual random selection deck, I think this is fun. I may even build it in Arena. Of course, once again, my desktop still has Arena, but my laptop, all of a sudden, I cannot install Arena. It's the worst install software I've seen in all of gaming. I'll spend months and months where I cannot play Arena on a laptop, and I'll be stuck with only the desktop in the basement. Yeah, two of this guy. Yeah, return stuff. Get the scry. It's 5/3/4. The creatures are kind of lame, but it's a white-blue deck. Draw a card. This is the guy, of course, that I would want to untap if I could. It's actually surprisingly a good card. Untaps 3 lands, yeah, that's nice. And I've got instances, so I can untap and then use it as a counter. You know, counter one thing, and then untap enough lands to counter another. I don't have that many wasters, but it doesn't matter. This is a limited selection fun deck. I gotta have card draw. I must have 2 of this card in this deck. Even if by taking 1 out, I would have fun picking something cute. It's not enough. Exiling it doesn't get old. And a Teferi in the deck is pretty good. I'll take it. More card draw and more counter spelling. Yeah. And then the sagas that made it. So there you have it. That's your white-blue from a half a box and a little more for Dominaria.